Hello, Marissa Lispas here, coach and astrologer, here to share with you the forecast for the week of April 13th, 2026. Another doozy, as if we haven't had a bunch of doozies the couple of weeks that we've had all this energy in Aries. Well, this is like the mother of it, okay? Literally because the moon is involved and the sun is involved. And so moon, mother. Okay, so let's start with Monday, April 13th. This is a beautiful flow that we're going to have this week. We're going to go from feeling to mind into manifestation. Okay. Manifestation, not my favorite word because of how it is approached by so many people and how ethereal they make it when it's something so practical and quantum and just really much more grounded than the way that I typically see it. Let's go with this. Monday the 13th, you have carrying over from Sunday's exact conjunction between Neptune, the planet of dreams, fantasies, illusions, ideas, creativity, okay, which is in Aries, conjunction with Mars that has also stepped into Aries last week. And so they working together on Sunday, stepping into Monday. And also you have that energy of dreams and action working as one. Okay. So whatever it is that you are perceiving, intuiting, and maybe channeling and dreaming about, literally dreaming at night. Okay, because there's a lot of your subconscious content that gets filtered through and into your dreams. There's a lot of connecting with your soul and your spirit at nighttime in your dreams. This stuff is the gold that you're going to want to really take a look at, really listen to, really see if this is something that you would want to take action on. Okay, this is the energy that you're stepping into Monday and then into Tuesday, because on Tuesday you have Mercury 29th degree of Pisces, which is the sign of dreams, the sign of fantasy, the sign of ideals. This is Neptune's the one who rules Pisces. So both of these, their characteristic is dreamy, is stepping into the ideal of how things should be, is looking at spirituality and channeling and creativity, all of that. Okay, Mercury, the planet of the mind and the verbal expression of things, is in the master, the anaretic, the 29th degree, the last degree of the sign. So it's doing its final step in Mercury. Mercury doesn't like being in Pisces. Mercury naturally rules Virgo in the zodiac as well as Gemini, but naturally rules Virgo, and Virgo is the opposite sign of Pisces. So here we're in a position, Mercury in Pisces is in a sign that it doesn't really love. It doesn't feel its best. So if you have been feeling that your ideas, your ability to tune in and stuff is not really that acute, not that precise, not that refined lately, well, we're about to step out of that. Okay. But with this opportunity, we have Mercury in 29 degrees of Pisces, and you have the moon in Pisces, working together with it. Okay. You're going to be able to, especially if I have a really lovely Pisces friend. She loves to take baths. She has multiple Pisces in her chart, and she loves to take baths. If you can take a bath this day on Tuesday the 14th, and you can dip into the ocean and just really, or the pool or whatever it might be, but surround yourself with a body of water and stay actually well hydrated, which I haven't been doing lately, but today is the day. If you can really tune into the power of water, if you can, which is water is a channeler, okay, a channeler of energy, which is information. If you can tune into the power of water, whether submerging yourself into water or really just kind of tuning into the energy waves through meditation, journaling, whatever your tool might be, you can really channel some fantastic information as to what it is that your soul really, really wants to bring through and to this planet this year. Okay, that energy of Mercury really, really stepping almost out of Pisces with the moon really making contact with it is going to just allow you on Tuesday to channel, download, or feel into, tune into whatever ideas, your spirit, your soul, your team, whatever your idea is of this, really wants you to gather. Okay, that's Tuesday. On Wednesday, Mercury steps out of Pisces and into Aries. Now, If you're into astrology, you have been hearing all of the astrologers on the interwebs, on the on all of social media talk about, oh my gosh, all this energy in Aries, all this, the sun's going to be in Aries, the moon's going to be in Aries. This is what happens in a new moon, which is Friday the 17th. And then you've already got Saturn, you've got Neptune, and you're coming in with now, you've got Mars in there as of last week, and Mercury's not coming in. Yes, it's huge. It is a ton of Aries energy. This is, in fact, last week was Action Jackson, and we've already been, doing stuff since the conjunction of Saturn and Neptune, February 20th. And you're feeling it, then Aries season starts with the equinox, March 20th. And you have been sort of putting, things to work. You have been taking the steps. Maybe you've been planning the things. Maybe you've been working behind the scenes on your project. Whatever that area of your life, all of this falls into, all the Aries energy is, whatever house you have most of your energy in. And you've been acting on it and dabbling and doing and whatever. This week is the week that's going to go, okay? Of course, Mars in Aries last week added speed to everything you've been doing. But the Mercury coming in, the new moon falling in that, it's like, okay, if you haven't started already, like, what are you doing? It's that kind of deal. Okay, that's this week. All right. If you are not out and about with whatever it is that your project is, be it a new relationship, a new job, a new career, a new business, I don't know, a new haircut, whatever it might be, if you're not out and expressing it, Mercury stepping into Aries on Wednesday the 15th is going to make you express it. Okay. It's time to come out. Like out of the closet and into whatever world is that you have to share, that idea, that restart, that reset, that project that you had before but came back maybe in a slightly different form. And that is the thing that you're pouring your energy into. It's time to share it. It's time to share it. It's time to announce it in the social media world. It's time to do all of that. Okay. So this is the energy you have on Wednesday the 15th. You can work on this. It's a lot of fun. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, so it's a lot of fun to be able to harness this energy for your project. If you're like launching a business, I'm working with someone right now, a team actually, that is launching a business, and it got a little bit delayed, and I had to get in there coach wise, and I had to be like, all right, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. What's our timeline? What's the whole project management aspect of coaching them into the finish line. And it was interesting because the speed, this is something that has been, people have been thinking about for months. And, I came in and I was like, give me the dates and let's reverse engineer this baby. And who needs to do what? Who's responsible? And when are we doing it? And who's the best for this? The fascinating thing about this, and you'll know this as a business owner, if you're a business owner that has team members, is, and astrology, if you're watching this video, obviously you're interested in astrology, or maybe somebody sent you this video and you are like, all right, well, I didn't know I could apply astrology principles or information or knowledge to my business or to my team. Yes, I do it all the time. Very, very successful. It takes things to the next level. And I would venture to say, if you're not applying astrology in your business, in your product, in your timelines, in the way that you do things, in the type of business, in your niche, and all the different things, you're missing out. And this is a lot of the times the reason why people burn out, because they pick the wrong thing. They don't understand what they need, what they are best at, what their talents are, what their leverage points are. None of that. Astrology is very good at showing you what that is. Very good. And showing you what your team's specifics on that are as well, and how the dynamic works together. I mean, I've done this with business people, but I've also saved marriages with this stuff. It's amazing. I mean, you can tell the love. All right. So I was working with this team this week, and it's a team of about seven or eight people. And the fascinating thing was, the Capricorn in the team, who is in charge of operations and sort of the production line of this physical product, was like, all right, we need to do a complete run through of the thing before we even launch. And then the Gemini in the group was, who's the one that actually gave the idea, Gemini mind. He was like, we already did that. I showed you how to do blah, blah, blah. And then the Capricorn was like, I need to do the whole run through step by step the process. And of course, I come in and I have a very balanced chart with so many different energies in my personal planets, but my Mars is in Capricorn. So the way that I do things as a coach, especially, is in a step-by-step way. This is why I say take your dream, make it into a plan, take a plan, take your dream, make it into a goal, take the goal, put a plan to it, and that plan has to have steps, and we're going to get you to do the steps so that you get it done. And it's hard for Sagittarians, it's hard for Geminis. If you're a Gemini, Sagittarian, maybe even a Pisces, you just want to flow through things. You don't want a lot of scheduling, you don't want a lot of timing, you don't want to be in the details. Maybe in an Aries also, you're like, what? We just need to go, flow with it. Well, we had a bunch of Sagittarians in the group and Gemini, a lot of mutable signs. And then this one Capricorn was like, we're gonna need to do this step by step. I need to know if I'm gonna be the one carrying it out, I'm gonna need to know. And I sided with this person. And you know what? When we did this process, when I, led them through really putting all the dates, getting all the responsibilities down on the project management, everybody else just like it's like it took a weight off of everybody. And one, the Capricorn had everything he needed to feel safe for the process. Two, we were able to identify the timing for everything, the launch date, which nobody even had. And it was just like, oh, whenever we're ready. Whenever we're ready, it doesn't work. You will never be ready as an entrepreneur until you're in it. You're in it. And I think I may have mentioned this in videos before, but if this is your first time watching, I mean, I'm an astrologer and I'm a coach. And as a coach, there are a ton of people who want to launch their thing, their business, their career, their whatever transformation in their life, and they just don't feel ready. And they've been wanting to do it for a very long time, and years pass, and they're just not ready, not ready. I need one more certification, one more thing, one more other. You're never going to be ready. You got to go before you're feeling ready. And this is part of what I do, holding people accountable and allowing them to feel safe and giving them what they need to do this. Okay, so why am I sharing all this with you? Because this week you have the new moon in Aries, which I'm going to talk about for Friday. As you're building and, sort of inching towards it, okay? We talked about Monday, we talked about Tuesday. Wednesday, Mercury steps into Aries. This is going to be top of mind. You're going to be ideating things, and the things that you've been intuiting, the things that you've been behind the scenes building are going to have to start to take physical form, need a time for it, need to know the date that it's going to be launched, need to know who's responsible, because we're coming into Taurus season. Okay? By the end of the week, you're going to need to have your ducks in a row. And if you don't know how to do that, you can always reach out and I can help you with that. Okay. So anyway, that's Wednesday. Mercury steps into Aries. And all this stuff you've been feeling into, the Monday, the Tuesday, the Pisces, the Neptune, all that stuff is going to be like, okay, now I need to go from being in the ether and being in the idea world and being in the intuitive and in the feeling. I need to go and architect it. I need to give it a blueprint. I need to give it some shape in my mind. I need to know what this is going to kind of look like. And that's when, Mercury in Aries kind of steps into this. Your mind, your expression starts to do this. Maybe you talk about it with the team. Maybe you have some meetings. Maybe whoever, if this is a relationship that is your new project, then maybe you talk about things with your partner. Maybe you start to discuss, hey, maybe I want more than the relationship, status. I don't just want to date. I want us to be exclusive. That kind of thing. Okay. Assertive. Move forward when it comes to expressing, talking about what it is that you want to see come to fruition. Thursday, Mercury is conjunct Neptune. So this is, where your idea really, really starts to take shape. But we have Chiron, the wounded healer, also in an exact conjunction with the sun. And so this is, if the sun is like the essence of who you are, Chiron in Aries right now in the sign of who am I is asking that question. Who are you really? Who do you get to be in order to make these projects come true, this relationship, this business, this career, this new me come to fruition? Who do I get to be? Who do I get to become? What kind of person is going to be able to carry that out, that which I want to do, that which is in my heart and my soul is telling me to do? This thing that I'm putting my energy forward towards, the focus that I have, that we've been talking about for the past few weeks, that is an energy that's going to be available, concentrated right now in Aries season, but be available for a while. This is a reset year. This is a restart year. This is a bring the project back. Let's make sure with Monday's North Node Moon connection saying, like, let's make sure we're not repeating the mistakes of the past, that we take and we step into new energy so that this is like destined and clean. Okay. And that is where Chiron's going to be doing its work. It's going to maybe trigger some things that maybe are some wounds, and you're going to be like, where the heck did this come from? Maybe it's from childhood, maybe it's from a past life, but it's going to ask you to ask yourself who you want to be, who you get to be to do the thing. Okay, who you get to become. This is a stepping into the new moon on Friday. It's the new moon of who do I get to become to do the thing that I want to do. Delicious energy. It's really a lot of really, really transformational energy, which is what I love as a coach. Okay, so then you step with that energy into Friday the 17th, the day of the new moon. You have Sun in Aries, Moon in Aries, Chiron in Aries, Mars in Aries, Mercury in Aries, Neptune in Aries, Saturn in Aries. You got this huge stellium. All of this energy in the sign of the warrior, in the sign of the courageous warrior. Okay, this is the hero sign. This is a sign of the baby of the zodiac as well. So pure joy and pure energy without anything messing with it to block it, to say, no, you shouldn't, or you can't do that, or let me overthink it. Okay, this is go energy, go, 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 go. However, you do on Friday have Lilith, which is the rebel of the zodiac. Rebel with a cause, okay? A lot of people give Lilith a bad rep. No, Lilith has a purpose. So you have Lilith in an exact quincunx, which is an astrological aspect, a connection between a planet and another planet, or a planetoid or an asteroid or whatever. So some sort of body with another body in a sign, in signs that really don't have anything in common. When you have an aspect of that's a quincunx, you don't have element in common, you don't have modality in common. When you don't have anywhere to pull from in common, think of it in terms of relationships. So let's say you meet somebody and you've got absolutely nothing in common. What are you going to talk about? How are you going to work together? How are you going to collaborate? Very difficult. Okay, but before I tell you the but, I'm going to tell you what this Lilith is asking of us. Okay, so in this energy that's going from the beginning of the week with more feeling energy into more cognitive, mental energy, and then into let's really go into action, asking who we get to be, who we have to become in order to get the thing done. And not just done as in, the prep behind the scenes, but done out into the world. Okay, as we step into Taurus season, which is manifestation, physical stuff, grounded. I see it because it's physical. It's not just here, it's not here, it's not up here. It's physical. Okay? It's this baby. Okay? It's not all the seeding, it's not all the stuff underneath. It's this baby. It's out. As you step into that, Lilith is saying, what I need you to do, because it's Lilith's 27th degree in Scorpio, it's I need you to do your shadow work. Are you familiar with shadow work, and have you been doing it? Shadow work is fantastic stuff where you look into the things that you have not wanted to look into, the things that are hidden in your subconscious, the things that are in your cells that you've been repressing. Maybe it's repressed emotions, maybe it's past traumas, maybe is parts of you. Parts work is fantastic for this. parts of you that you have not accepted, that you're kind of hiding, that you're maybe ashamed of, that you feel guilty about, that you don't want to own, that you're not really embracing. And exactly what you have to do is look at those, bring those out. And I'm telling you, this moon with so much Aries energy, things are coming up for you. Who are you getting into a fight with? Who are you arguing with? Who is triggering the heck out of you? That's what you get to look at. Okay? Who is bringing up this stuff in me? And why? What does that say about me? What am I not embracing that, what am I not speaking up about? What am I not standing up about? What am I not showing up for? In which way am I not showing up for myself? This person that I get to become through, the who am I question, like what's stopping me from becoming that person? What has been stopping me? Especially if you're about to turn 50 or you're in your 48, 49, 50, 51, 52 years, the Chiron in Aries is your natal Chiron. So it's really pushing for you. It's my natal Chiron in Aries. So I'm feeling this big time. It's really pushing for you to define who you are. Okay. And I don't want you to leave that to anybody else. Permission granted to define that however you want to define it. Don't let society define it. Don't let culture define it. Don't let corporate America define it. Don't let the people around you that you've grown up with define it. You get to define who you are in order to become the person you get to become, to do the thing that you and only you in your heart know that you want to do, to have the things that you want to have. Okay. So have you done the shadow work for this? Is there any part of you that you're not owning that you need to bring forth as a component for that version of you that gets to be authentically you, fully and completely you, not hiding any part of you because you're like, this part is pretty and acceptable and society really, really validates that. That's the one I'm putting forth. No. How about this part? This might be the thing that does the trick for you. This thing that you're hiding might be the part of you that the person that has been eluding you this whole time falls fully in love with. This might be the part of you that 5, 6, 7, figure business or income or finances have been waiting to pay you for, but you're not showing it. And until you give it its due, bring it forth, embrace it, and then express it, nothing's going to happen. So you do the shadow work. This Friday, this moon, new moon, it's always the sun in the same sign as the moon, this new moon in Aries with all these other keys in the piano, this whole symphony, which we call a stellium as astrologers, this whole symphony working together with this Lilith saying, hey, I see there's a few parts of you you're not really wanting to look at, and you're ashamed of them, and you're hiding them, and you don't want to tell anybody about them because you think they're bad. I'm going to tell you, if you don't bring those out, if you don't incorporate them, if you don't accept them, if you don't love them, if you don't embrace them, if you don't express them, if you don't show them, you're missing out. And everybody else in the world is missing out on you. That is the shadow work you get to do on Friday with this new moon. And you can do it by journaling, and you can do it by paying attention this whole week to what triggers you, and then asking yourself the question of, what is this telling me about myself? It's a self question. What is this telling me about myself, about me, about the person that I am, the person that I want to be, all that stuff. Okay? Journal, journal, journal. If you want to do the work together, I'm trained in doing parts work, so come and do it with a coach. Okay? You can always, of course, come and do your astrological chart and see where all this falls in there. And we can do a session and really, really dig deep into all of this for you, because my sessions are astrology, coaching, and strategy tools and all these things for you to take everything that you learn in the session about yourself through this beautiful tool of astrology and really apply it into whatever it is that you want to do in the world. All right. So then on Saturday, you're going to feel it's a tremendous energy of independence, and there's an intensity. here's a clue, okay? This is a key. Yes, the Aries energy is quincunx and really difficult aspect, right? With the Scorpio energy. Okay, they don't have anywhere to pull from. No similar element, no similar modality. But in classical astrology, before Pluto was a planet that was discovered and then downgraded to a dwarf planet, but that's a whole other story. We still count it. And before it ruled Scorpio, Mars was the ruler. So Mars rules Aries, and it also in classical astrology rules Scorpio. So that's the one thing that they have in common. And that's why I say intensity, because if we can find a certain point of commonality for both of these, so that your Lilith, this rebellious, this shadow work, this repressed stuff, can work with the new moon Aries energy in a more collaborative way, it's going to be through this intensity. Do not be afraid if things get intense. Prepare your nervous system for intensity. Do your 4-7-8 breath. Do your somatic practices. If you don't know how to do those, again, reach out to me. Let's do a session. Let's train you in some of this stuff. There is hardly ever a proper way to get a goal done if you don't have your subconscious on board and your nervous system on board. Very difficult. Okay, so important. And in my coaching, I always incorporate those. Okay, so intensity. Don't be afraid of it. That's actually going to be a point that's going to allow you to integrate everything if you're working with this new moon energy. Okay, Saturday 18th, the moon steps out of Aries and out of this whole stellium and into Taurus, okay? Prepping the way for Taurus season. So this is where we start to begin to feel that the idea goes from our idea that we've been feeling and channeling and intuiting and in our heart and then architecting all stuff starts to take physical form. And by Sunday, when we stepped into Taurus season, when the sun, so the moon has stepped out of Aries and the sun will step out of Aries and into Taurus, you are now in manifestation time, baby. Okay, so you are now in the let's make it real, let's make it physical, let's make it go from the ether and the feeling and the mind and the heart into I want to touch it, I want to see it, I want to really make it palpable, whatever it is that you're working on, be it the relationship, be it the business, be it the product, whatever it might be. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful cycle of creation this week. It's an amazing, amazing opportunity for you to either bring forth or bring back and bring forth whatever it is you've been working on since February. Okay, all the energy is supporting you. It's a tremendous time. This is not just for Aries. This is not just for certain signs. This is available to everybody. Remember, in your whole chart, you have all of the signs. We just have to look at your chart and see where this is falling in your chart so we can see what that area of concentration is and what that area that is activated is for you. Okay, take this this week as a sort of final point, even though results and closing and stuff really shows up on a full moon. This new moon is really going to show you it's kind of like the closing of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle, but it's the beginning of a new cycle towards it being birthed into the physical world. Okay, towards it being expressed out into the world. It's not the beginning of a cycle from the very beginning. That's already happened in February. Whatever idea you had in February, late February, whatever idea was taking a lot of shape in March around the equinox and you've been working on behind the scenes. Now it's the restart, the hard reset, the new beginning of the thing out in the world. And with Taurus season, and I'll probably do a video on Taurus season. Let me know if you want me to do like a Taurus season separate video or if it's okay to have it within the weekly video for the next week. Now it's just like, it's here. It's here. So now then you get to tweak it and, Taurus season, it's a little more like pottery with it. Okay, that's a whole other topic. Anyway, that's what I have for you this week. It's a beautiful week of really shaping things into they're going to become physically, and finalizing all those, the final touches on all of that when it comes to ideas, when it comes to the energy behind things, when it comes to shaping things before it really steps out into the world and in the physical reality. Fantastic week. I'm sending you all the love, all of the positive energy, all whatever it is that you need in order for this to be a week that you take full advantage and that you leverage into really creating whatever it is that you want to create in this world, whatever your soul, your spirit said, okay, I'm going to dip into this human experience and I'm going to have certain configurations, aka your chart, strengths, gifts, things that I already learned in previous lifetimes, and challenges that I'm going to come and learn in new ways, and people that are going to collaborate with me in their own configurations, and get it done, get it out. It's exciting times. If you're not feeling the excitement, if you're feeling like it's more challenging, if you're feeling like you don't really know where to start, if you're feeling like, I have this idea for a business, but I don't know the niche, I don't know my strengths, I don't know how I would do it because I know that I'm afraid that I've burnt out in the past. I don't know how to do it without burnout, without stress, without overwhelm, without anxiety, etc. That's what coaching is for. Okay, that's what I do as an astrologer and coach and a strategist, and I help my clients usually with their businesses or with their relationships or whatever it is that they want to see grow, whatever they want to transition into, whatever transformation they want to shape and move out and into. Okay. So you can always reach out to me at marilsalispaz.com. All the information is here below as well. And I can send you information about the coaching programs. And you can actually also book your astrology reading, which I do as a single session, right straight from the description. Okay. Sending you all the love. You got this. If you don't got this, you reach out. Okay. But I am fully confident that you will take full advantage of this energy regardless. And I will see you in the next video.